It's said that the antagonistic relationship between Gary Cooper and the director of this movie, Joseph von Sternberg, was so bad that von Sternberg tried to diminish Cooper's screen presence whenever possible. Cooper was quite tall, 6'3", and von Sternberg would stage scenes in such a way that Cooper had to always look up at Dietrich, emphasizing her importance and diminishing his. Well, Cooper soon became aware of that and made sure it stopped. He also put a stop to the film being given the same title as the novel it's based on, Amy Jolly, the Woman in Marrakesh. Cooper, who was a major star at that point, had his agents go to his bosses at Paramount and pointed out the title focused too much on Marlene's character and not on his. So the title was then changed first to The Legionnaire and the Lady, then to Morocco. Up next, we move ahead 22 years in the career of Marlene Dietrich to a Western from 1952 that she made with Austrian director Fritz Lang.
Tonight on Turner Classic Movies, Marlene Dietrich figures anything goes for a price at Rancho Notorious. Then Joseph von Sternberg discovers Dietrich for The Blue Angel. And Ann Sothern is a settled-down showgirl in Maisie. TCM is all the right moves tonight.
A bold creation of an elegant vision. A dark revelation of what lies ahead. Turner Classic Movies presents the television premiere of The Ultimate Restoration. Fritz Lang's prophetic masterwork as never seen before. With remastered footage, original score, plus newly discovered scenes once thought lost forever. Experience the rebirth of Lang's future imperfect in his electrifying epic of head, heart, man, and machine. Metropolis. Sunday, November 7th at 8 p.m. Eastern. Uncut and commercial free on Turner Classic Movies.
I guess over the years I've known almost all the actors, actresses in our business. It's so beautiful. Like Linda Darnell was one of the most beautiful girls. Look at Gail Russell, how beautiful she was. Madeline Carroll, as pretty, beautiful blonde as we ever had. Claudette Colbert. And certainly in that group would be Hedy Lamarr.
Cucaracha, look at that one. She looks better all wrapped up than the rest of them do unwrapped.
It was so interesting to be in a restaurant or in public with Hedy. She would come into a room and everything would be silent, just silent. And everybody would look at Hedy Lamarr.
How are you, Sandra? Hello, Sandra. How are you?
Fine, thank you.
The thing about Hedy, I think, that was so important is the men adored her. But she didn't intimidate the women. The women liked her equally, too. And I know that the directors and the film editors had big temptations because they always wanted to do cut the close-up of Hedy. And they had to be very careful not to overdo all the close-ups.
Oh, what do you think of yourself?
And I thought she was a fine actress. I thought she did so well. And we miss her. We miss Hedy. I wish she were here still making movies.
Hedy Lamarr steals thief Charles Boyer's heart while vacationing at the Casbah in Algiers. Thursday at 8 p.m., only on Turner Classic Movies.
If you want to believe in magic, in beauty, in friendship, and freedom, believe in the Black Stallion.
The biggest, the blackest, and the strongest, the most beautiful horse that ever was.
Francis Ford Coppola presents Walter Farley's timeless classic, whose time has come. The Black Stallion. The story of a legendary horse who could only be tamed by a young boy's love. Together, they survive a shipwreck. and the dangers of an island wilderness.
You saved my life.
They meet a forgotten man.
He'll be moving, he'll be making that rhythm. You just go on with him, see?
Who helps them bring a legend to life.
I've seen a horse that defies the imagination, that runs like a demon possessed, that speeds beyond belief. He could be the greatest sensation in racing history.
The Black Stallion, an unforgettable adventure, a motion picture of extraordinary beauty, a story that will make your heart race, your spirit soar, but most of all, it will make you believe in the Black Stallion.
Grace Kelly, Vince Tracy,
Vincent Minnelli, typical Hollywood story.
Damn good actors.
One of the characteristics of the old studio star system was that a major star like Cary Grant had a certain persona that the audience was aware of. You can't do that with an average actor. I think Cary, had a very, very clear idea of who he was by the time he had made Only Angels Have Wings.
Well, you're right about one thing. A bird would have too much sense to fly in that kind of muck.
I mean, he's playing a romantic lead, a very attractive, sexy, authoritative male.
So long, Bonnie.
Slightly macho leading role. That was the picture, Only Angels Have Wings, which is why impersonators for years, whenever they did Cary Grant, they would go, Judy, Judy, Judy. And I asked him once, I said, where's that come from? He says, I don't know, I never said it in the picture. And somewhat later I figured it out, I think, because the character that Rita Hayworth plays in Only Angels Have Wings, her name is Judith, but he calls her Judy. He never says Judy, 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 but he does say, how you doing, Judy?
Hello, Judy. Hello, Judy. Are you feeling better, Judy?
I told Cary my theory about Only Angels Have Wings, Judy, Judy, Judy. He said, God, you might be right. I think you are right, yeah.
You're no good, Judy, and you never were. Here, give me that thing. Give me that before you cut your hand.
Cary Grant and Constance Bennett return to Earth to help a henpecked husband in the supernatural comedy Topper. Monday at 11:45 a.m. Only on Turner Classic Movies.
Welcome to the first ever TCM Classic Film Festival.
Once an actor, you're always an actor.
I think it's funny. I think it's going to be good.
I'm in classic movie heaven.
I am the movies.
The people here have been amazing. It feels like a real community.
I almost cried. Honey, bring me a Kleenex.
Robert Osborne is our new rock star.
This is a great idea. Thank you very much.
The TCM Classic Film Festival, April 2011. Your road to Hollywood begins at tcm.com/festival. Sign up now for festival updates. Now available at the TCM Vault, the all-new Douglas Sirk Filmmaker Collection from Universal. Never before available on DVD and all digitally remastered, including The Tarnished Angels, Thunder on the Hill, Taza Son of Cochise, and Captain Lightfoot, with special introductions by TCM host Robert Osborne, and additional bonus content. All this exclusively from TCM and for a limited time only. Order your collection for $39.99 plus shipping. Available only at tcm.com/vault or call 1-888-4MOVIES.
Hi, I'm Robert Osborne. So far tonight, we've had Marlene Dietrich casting her spell on men in Berlin, Russia, and Morocco. Now we're going to bring you Marlene in a much different setting, the Wild, Wild West. Our film is the 1952 Western Rancho Notorious, directed by Fritz Lang. Now, Marlene was 51 at the time, but not admitting it, or not looking it either. And if the Wild West seems a strange place to find somebody who was the epitome of European sophistication, this wasn't her first time in a movie Western. One of her biggest hits, in fact, had been in a delightful Western comedy she'd made back in 1939 with Jimmy Stewart called Destry Rides Again. But this time in our movie, the West is a much more dangerous place. Marlene plays a saloon queen in Wyoming of the 1870s, time when men were men, and Marlene, still very much the seductress, runs a ranch known as Chuckaluck, which is basically a hideaway for outlaws and criminals. Now, the print of Rancho Notorious we're going to bring you has recently been restored and looks really gorgeous, as does Marlene, photographed by Hal Moore in Technicolor. This is a movie that marks the first time Marlene had been directed by a longtime friend of hers from her days in Germany, Fritz Lang. Fritz Lang, known for the psychological edge he always injected into his films, such as Metropolis, Manhunt, The Big Heat, and this one is no exception. There's also a hint of Orson Welles in this movie when a dying man whispers the words Chuckaluck, much as Citizen Kane once said Rosebud. And in our movie, that leads to the question, what does Chuckaluck really mean? Joining Marlene, you'll see Arthur Kennedy, Mel Ferrer, William Frawley, better known as Fred Mertz on I Love Lucy. You'll also see George Reeves, who became TV's Superman. But just try to look anywhere but at Marlene Dietrich, and she wouldn't have it otherwise. From 1952, here's Rancho Notorious.